I'm Dr. Barry, licensed psychologist, and here I share legal and entertainment news from a psychological perspective. We are hopping into the second part of the Sarah Boone trial. I am almost caught up to live, so I'm thinking we're going to be hearing from the expert, but it sounds like they are talking right now that we're going to hear the rest of Dr. Warner's testimony. So, let's hop right into today's feed.
We were doing. I would have, like I said before, I would have never taken her deposition. Once she said I hadn't finished my analysis and I may need additional information.
Complaining about time.
Just like he said the other day, Dr. Harper, if you get those additional medical records, Mr. Owens, about Jorge Torres and give them to Dr.
New
Harper, then
information.
I'm going to want to take her deposition again. The same rules apply. Why would I take her deposition when she hasn't finished?
Because the court ordered you to take her deposition because there were concerns about being able to have all of this done prior to trial. And you had concerns about what she was going to testify to. And the court set a scheduling order as to when, how, where, and the deadlines for those depositions to be conducted.
That prosecutor should have let me know if he was going to ambush me at trial.
That was not an ambush.
I should have known beforehand about a new opinion that Dr. Werner was going to express.
It wasn't new.
Especially related to battered spouse, post-traumatic stress, and whether or not there was an imminent threat at the time of this event.
And the court's addressed that. The court did exactly what was required by binding precedent by the 6th District Court of Appeal and held a Richardson hearing, analyzed the 3 factors as required by Florida law with regard to those, and gave you the opportunity as a cure. Now, with regard to your request to strike or dismiss the case due to prosecutorial conduct, the case law by the 3rd District Court of Appeal filed April 10, 2024, State of Florida versus Denninghoff, Denninghoff, and I can provide you a citation momentarily. States.
Honestly, I think Owens did himself a disservice to not ask her more questions during his deposition part. To me, he was so mad. He didn't ask her the questions. He tried to go back and ask some more questions, but and then he tried to say narcissism, but the state didn't even mention narcissism on their direct. Why?
That dismissal is an extreme sanction to be used with caution and only when a lesser sanction wouldn't achieve the desired result. Specifically, dismissal of an information or indictment is an action of such magnitude that resort to such sanction should only be had when no viable alternative exists. There were multiple viable alternatives, including but not limited to my request, an inquiry of whether or not you wanted that struck, and the instruction to strike that opinion, which you demurred and said, no, I want it for cross-examination. And I gave you the opportunity twice to depose her here in open court, which I oversaw with regard to any opinion that she had based on the proffer or any other opinion that she would be offering today. For those reasons, the court is not going to exercise its discretion and strike due to the extreme nature of striking a criminal charge and for the adequate remedy that has been provided to you.
Judge Daddy, I don't like this, this expert. This expert is bad for my client. And I'm saying Judge Daddy because Owens is talking to the judge like he's his dad, like he's his father. Dude, this is what are we doing right now? Why? But Owens is doing his job. Sarah is probably happy with his vigorous attempt, with his passionate display. Sarah's probably happy with it. I think it looks bad to the jury. That's my own personal thought.
Is there anything else?
The jury is not present, but when he was getting kind of testy with the expert, to me, that could come off bad to the jury.
Address.
May I supplement the record?
Yes, sir.
Judge, this deposition did not end on page 40 or 41 or 42. Mr. Owens took a direct examination of this deponent for 68 pages.
I think the state on lunch, the poor state, I think the state over lunch went and actually read all of the pages, and they probably found something.
And then it was turned over to myself for cross-examination during the deposition. Beginning on page 75, I asked the deponent, what did the defendant say about the murder? What she said on page 78, was that starting at line 13, and she said there was a suitcase and some clothes that had gotten out to donate, and they were trying to get that together. And it was on the floor in the living room. And that, as she was coming down the stairs, she saw him kind of slipping into the suitcase as a hiding place. As she said, I saw him in the suitcase and I zipped him up and we were laughing. She said then he said he couldn't breathe, and I remembered feeling I couldn't breathe when he was choking me or sodomizing. And I was angry and I shook the suitcase. I lost control of the suitcase and it flipped. And she goes on and on about what happened. Defense counsel was there. He heard this testimony that there was no imminent danger presented at the time that she began getting angry, shaking the suitcase, hitting him with a bat, so on and so forth. And he didn't ask her that question after she had specifically instructed him, if you need an opinion of mine, you've got to ask me the question. It's unfair to experts to be thrown with this catch-all provision of please tell me any opinion about this case that you may think is relevant. Well, what the doctor may think is relevant is different than perhaps what counsel thinks is relevant. So it's really an unfair criticism of the state and probably more likely self-reflective that this deposition, this opportunity to ask about this obvious issue did not occur. So that is what I would like to supplement the record with. The deposition was substantially longer than page 41 or 42, where it's acting like it's concluding and, is there anything else? The state would just submit, I understand very well what my ethical duties are. I do not have any ethical duty to provide him an unrecorded statement that is not inconsistent with prior testimony. This doctor did not give me any unrecorded statements inconsistent with her testimony. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, I'd like to add on page 79 that Dr. Werner claims that Sarah said he put his two fingers out and I hit them with a bat.
She said that. She said that on direct.
Rule of completeness, but for him to say that that's not standard operating procedure when you're taking a deposition of an expert.
Mr. Owens, I've ruled, sir. I understand. I understand your position. However, the questions that were specifically asked, which gave rise to this, specifically pertain to opinions of PTSD. I'm not going to rehash any and all of those things. The record speaks for itself. The court has ruled. Your motion for dismissal of the charges is denied. For the record, the citation that the court relied upon with regard to Denninghoff is located at 388 Southern 3rd, 10055, located at pinpoint 1057, Florida, 3rd District Court of Appeal, April 10th, 2024. With that, are we ready to bring back in our panel?
He's had so many moments
Okay.
of zen. Yes.
Judge, I've got Earhart's Florida Evidence 2023 edition, volume 1, Charles W. Hayward.
Let me tell you how you're going to rule on this, sir. I'm going to allow you, as I said up here at sidebar, to go into the facts that she relied upon and what it is that she utilized. I'm going to allow you, sir, as I said up here at the bench before the lunch hour, to go into those opinions that she didn't offer here today. And on rebuttal, Mr. J, I'm not going to allow you to stand up and say, may I voir dire, that wasn't one of your opinions today. You can address all of that and redirect. Is that clear?
Clear to state.
Judge, let me just review to see if, because I had several.
What you had inquired of me, Mr. Owens, up here, was that you wanted to go into these other facts, medical records, text messages, statements, and you said, if I can't do it now because he's going to object, I'm going to call her and assert rebuttal. And the problem, as the state pointed out, is that you can't use her as a conduit to admissible evidence on direct examination. And that if you want to do it, you got to do it now. And your argument was it goes to her bias, it goes to her credibility, and that you're permitted wide discretion on cross-examination. I agree with you. I agreed with you before the lunch hour. My ruling hasn't changed. I'm going to absolutely allow you to go into those things.
I appreciate that, Judge. The other thing I wanted to readdress was.
I'm taking care of it, Counselor. Give me a moment. Yes, sir.
Judge, I'm referring to Earhart's treatise, section 90.703, opinion on the ultimate issue. I'm on page 933. Testimony in the form of an opinion or inference otherwise admissible is not objectable because it includes an ultimate issue to be decided by the trier of fact. And in that section 703.1, it talks about that opinion testimony is not inadmissible solely because it includes an ultimate issue to be decided by the trier of fact. The provision.
Didn't the judge already say he was winning? Like, why is he arguing right now? Can anybody tell me in the chat? But I don't think any of us speak Owens. Like, why is he arguing right now? What is happening?
Is equally applicable to expert and lay witnesses. The jury has the power to accept or reject the testimony of expert or lay witnesses and is not bound by their conclusions. Merely because a witness expresses an opinion to an ultimate issue does not compel the jury to find that the facts to be true. The jury will be given the opinion. The jury will give the opinion as much weight as it feels the opinion deserves. Then it goes on. The abolition of the rule against opinions on the ultimate issues does not mean that all other opinions are admissible. Witnesses will be prevented from expressing their conclusions when the opinion only tells the jury how to decide the case. Witnesses will be prevented from expressing their conclusions when the opinion only tells the jury how to decide the case and does not help the jury to determine what occurred. For example, a witness cannot express his or her opinion as to the guilt or innocence of a criminal defendant. Then I'm on page 940, 703.1 still. When a witness is asked to express an opinion that applies a legal standard to a set of facts, which Dr. Werner did, the opinion testimony is generally inadmissible. The danger is that the witness will apply a standard or definition, which is different from that.
Y'all, I can't do this because this is ridiculous that Owens is doing this to me. So not to me, but you know what I mean? So we're just going to get to Judge K's ruling.
The citations that you're referring to are not at issue. Fluellen, error to permit arresting officer to testify that the quantity of cocaine possessed by appellant indicated that he possessed with intent to sell, which is a specific element of the charge in that case. Gamble, officer's expert.
I am not laughing because this is funny. Sarah's life is on the line. I am laughing because we did get Judge K has to explain the obvious. Okay. So if you have your Boongo cards, okay, Judge K has already taken a deep breath. Judge K is having to explain the obvious. And this is ridiculous. At least Owens tried to come with law. That was sweet. But it's the wrong law. So that too.
Testimony with the amount of drugs found in defendant's possession was inconsistent with personal use and therefore intended for sale was inadmissible. 6447 second 1376 for Gamble and Fluellen 703 7 second 511. The Dinkin case that I read says this is acceptable. If a psychologist or psychiatrist can testify that someone is not mentally defective or was mentally defective, that's on all fours with based on what the defendant had said to this expert. She was not in imminent fear. Now, I don't remember exactly what was said, but it was along those lines, based as looking all those things, the totality of the circumstances of what, in my evaluation, on or about October 2, that the defendant had said to me as the expert, it's not imminent fear. That opinion is not inadmissible per the case law under Dinkins.
Judge, can I read a little bit more?
No.
If you're just going to be reading from the treatise, I've already read it.
Okay, well, I just want to make mention because it's talking about does not prevent a witness to testify about legal conclusions or express opinions on questions of substantive law.
Mr. Owens, you are not about to explain the law to Judge K. Judge K is he's trying to explain the law to the judge, and it comes off condescending to me. It comes off as so condescending. Oh my God. Like, it's too early for our blood pressure to be this high. Like, we should be getting into the cross-examination. Why are we doing this? They're going to be here all day.
And I was about to finish this section when this testimony, and I'm on page 947, this testimony may also interfere with the function of the trial judge to determine the applicable law and to instruct the jury thereon. As we know, we're going to do battle over the jury instruction on justifiable use of deadly and non-deadly force. The testimony from Dr. Werner, and I wrote it down. She said, based on what Sarah Boone told her, she was not facing imminent risk of harm. That invades the province and function of.
Sir, Sarah Boone did not tell the doctor about those 9 minutes that have mysteriously ambushed the prosecution. Those 9 minutes that have magically arrived that she never provided any information about until her direct testimony on the stand. Like, she didn't say that to this expert. Tell this expert about those statements. Sure. Will that change her opinion? I don't think so, but you can try.
The trial judge to determine the applicable law and to instruct the jury otherwise, which we haven't even done yet. You haven't made findings of law about which instructions apply. That's what she did, Judge.
Your objection's been made for the record. The court previously ruled on this matter. I appreciate the additional argument, but the court's reliance on Dinkins remains. Just because 9703 speaks for itself. So your objection is overruled as to that issue. Anything else we need to address, Mr. Owens, before we bring back in our panel?
No,
State?
nothing. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, let's bring back in our panel.
All right. Maybe we can catch up to live.
And then on.
Okay, I'll go back. Sorry. I'll go back a little bit. I tried to catch up to live. Let's see before it started.
Specifically, and
Wait a minute.
said I didn't understand.
Wait a minute.
Know what.
There we go.
Dr. Werner, I don't want to rehash.
Did somebody
it, but
say
this is what the
Dinkins?
jury
I
say.
thought I heard that.
Would it be fair to say that the text messages that you were forwarded by the state attorney for you to review, you did not deem to be relevant to your evaluation?
Right, they demonstrated.
Ma'am, it's a yes or no question.
Yes.
Now, from what I understand, when the state attorney sent you the information, they did not send you any videotapes.
Correct.
So you have not reviewed any videotapes in this matter.
Correct.
The suitcase videotapes, either one of those you have not reviewed,
I have not seen them. Correct.
or any body cam videotapes you have not reviewed.
They're described in the.
And the state is having to pay for her to be here all day. The state was only prepared for her to be here so she's currently being paid. But if I was an expert witness, I would want to go home. I would want to she's being paid since probably not 9 o'clock this morning. She's been here all day. And she's probably going to be here. Like, she's probably on the stand probably for another hour, I'm guessing.
Police report.
My question is, have you viewed any of the body cam videotapes relating to this incident?
I have not seen them. Correct.
Prior incidences between the two of them, have you reviewed any videotapes, body cam videotapes of any prior incidents?
I have not.
Have you reviewed the audio tapes related to some of the questioning of Sarah Boone?
I have not.
Have you reviewed the autopsy report?
It's described in the incident report, but I did not see the actual autopsy report.
Now, you're aware that we have called two experts, Dr. Michael Brannon and Dr. Julie Harper. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you're aware that They are forensic psychologists.
That's correct.
And you are a forensic psychiatrist.
That's correct.
So they didn't go to medical school and you did.
Correct.
That's correct.
And they don't understand medical issues, so to speak.
I don't know what they understand.
I don't have an understanding of what they understand. Medical.
Yeah.
Do you recall telling me that they don't understand medical issues, so to speak?
They haven't been to medical school, but I wouldn't understand their medical knowledge.
If you would look on page 22 of your deposition.
Objection collateral.
Approach.
Okay, so this is a perfect time for us to chat. So I think they were supposed to have an in-camera discussion to make sure that Sarah has not signed over any movie or book deals to Owens. So the state wanted to make sure. There were a whole bunch of rumors. Nobody knew. I never said that. There's a lot of speculation because Owens said.
Objections
Hold on,
overruled.
hold on. Owens said during his first court TV interview like his first media interview about being pro bono, he was like, "Oh no, Sarah's going to pay me." And we were like, "Huh?" Because everything has said that she's indigent and that like the state is paying for everything for Sarah. She has 3 lawyers. I think there's like a 4th female lawyer, and she has a jury consultant, and the private investigator has been there every day. There are all of these people that keep showing up, and so the state was concerned. So there's supposed to be some in-camera there's supposed to be a judge's chambers, the conversation about that. We are not going to see that. We might know the result. So yes. So she is so the state wants to make sure, because in the state of Florida, it is against the rules of being a lawyer. Based on what the state filed, lawyers cannot acquire the book or legal, like the rights to their client's story while they're actively trying their case. And they want to make sure that a lawyer doesn't lose on purpose, or that they aren't like, they want to make sure that the client doesn't do that. And I think it goes deeper than Son of Sam. I think this is like ethics with lawyers. I think it's more about ethics with being a lawyer, because your lawyer might, you wouldn't want them to tank your case so that it makes a better movie deal or story. And so they can't do it until after the case is over. They can discuss book or movie deals or anything like that. So we do not know what their financial agreement is. I do think that because the state mentioned how expensive it is for all of these lawyers, for all of these people to come, because they were prepared to be there for the 7th, like for everything to start on the 7th, and they had to go back to their respective places and they had to come back. And so we don't know what's happened from that. Tanika's 2 cents did a video, I want to say this morning. I want to say she did a video this morning covering that. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure to check her video out.
Dr. Werner, have you had a chance to review your deposition on page 22, starting at line 7?
Yes.
Could you read down through line 11, your answer?
Specifically to your experts, which is what you were just asking me about.
Okay, but you would agree, your opinion is psychologists typically do therapy, but they don't prescribe medication or understand medical issues, so to speak.
Correct.
Overruled.
But I wasn't specifically talking about your experts, which you were just asking me about your experts
Okay.
specifically. And I said I didn't understand, I didn't know what their specific medical.
Right, that's what you said under oath, October 4th of this year.
He's trying to make her look less credible, like she looks down on psychologists. I think that's what he's trying to do.
Sustained.
She's a true crime aficionado. Like she just likes true crime.
Now, is it fair to say that the majority of your work
Is she?
is in the field of
Oh, she likes true crime.
competency to proceed,
Okay, good.
and guardianship evaluations.
Actually, the majority of my work is in patient care. I work 7 days a week on the crisis stabilization unit, actually treating patients.
You work 7 days a week.
Yes, sir.
So as a forensic psychiatrist doing forensic work, the majority of your work in that area
Why, Owens? Why?
is in the field of competency to proceed and guardianship evaluations.
As a forensic psychiatrist, correct. As a psychiatrist, I work 7 days a week on the crisis stabilization unit.
And where is that unit?
It's located in Lake City, Florida.
So you work there 7 days a week.
Yes, sir.
And then you also do this forensic psychiatrist work doing competencies to proceed and guardianship evaluations.
That's part of the what comes under the umbrella of my forensic work. Yes.
That's the majority of your forensic work.
Yes, that's the majority of that's the most common cases that we're asked to.
And then next in line would be sanity at the time of the crime.
Yes.
So you would make a determination and submit a report to the court as to whether or not a defendant, an accused, is legally sane or not at the time of the offense.
Yes, that's correct.
These questions are not good for my ADHD. Not good at all. I'm so bored. Get to something relevant.
Is it fair to say that you also testify weekly as a treating physician through Baker Act Court?
Yes, that's correct. Every Thursday, we have Baker Act hearings with regards to our individuals who are being held in our crisis stabilization unit.
Is that in Gainesville or Lake City?
No, sir, that's in Lake City.
Now, Lake City from here is north of Gainesville.
Yes, sir. It's approximately 40 minutes.
Why is he so obsessed with where things are? Why does that matter? Why? Like, why does he want what? I don't understand.
Gainesville?
Now, I believe you said you've testified in battering spouse situations in court approximately 5 to 10 times.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And you often refer to that as intimate violence
Intimate
cases?
partner violence.
Yeah.
Now, my understanding.
So just in case y'all didn't know, the DSM is actually, so it's put out by the Board of Psychiatry, not psychology. So I think there are psychologists that contribute, but the DSM-5 is like, it's published by the Board of Psychiatry. Like so psychiatrists often, so they're often looked like, yeah, so him trying to discredit her is strange to me. But he's doing a show.
That after you had a chance to evaluate my client, Sarah Boone, and I believe you evaluated her 2 days before the deposition, so it would have been October the 2nd of 2024.
Correct.
As to your diagnosis as it relates to her, do you believe that she suffers from a generalized anxiety disorder?
No, sir.
Now, you're aware that she was previously diagnosed prior to you evaluating her, she was previously diagnosed with a generalized anxiety disorder.
She told me that she had previously been diagnosed. I did not see any medical records with that diagnosis in it, but she told me that she had previously been diagnosed with that.
Did you attempt to secure any other records to us?
Sustained.
Did you diagnose her with an adjustment disorder?
I did diagnose her with an adjustment disorder.
Do you believe that if she was diagnosed with a generalized anxiety disorder, it's really not that, it should be an adjustment disorder?
A lot of the symptoms overlap for the two diagnoses, and we see that quite often, that the different diagnosticians or physicians come up with different diagnoses based on a conglomerate of symptoms. So it's not uncommon for the two diagnoses to overlap based on the symptoms.
Do you agree back on October the 4th, 2024, when I took your deposition, that you could not make up your mind at that time whether she suffered from generalized anxiety disorder or an adjustment disorder?
I had not made a clinical decision at that time. I hadn't reviewed all of my documents at that time.
When did you make a clinical decision that she suffered from adjustment disorder as opposed to generalized anxiety disorder?
It was probably within the next week when I was reviewing all of the, going through all of the documents in her interview more thoroughly.
Dr. Werner, did you agree you did not notify me?
Judge, may we approach?
Yes.
He's not supposed to go there right now. He is not supposed to say this in front of the jury. And also, like, the difference between generalized anxiety and adjustment disorder, that doesn't make or break his client. It just doesn't. And she said she does think she was a battered spouse, which would still put it in the trauma and stressor related disorders. I hope he might not understand that, and it is what it is.
Dr. Werner, you agree that when I took your deposition on October the 4th, you had questions, in all honesty, about whether or not you felt like Sarah Boone suffered from a generalized anxiety disorder versus an adjustment disorder.
I was leaning towards adjustment disorder.
Which could be explained by the fact that she just did this on October 1st, and she only met with her for 2.5 hours. Now, that is enough time to make a clinical diagnosis. I often meet with people for about 45 minutes to an hour to come up with just a basic, like, you can do a diagnostic interview within that period of time, but this was a complex case, and she wanted to be more thorough. And okay, Mr. Owens.
To her being in the correctional setting, and I think I said that in my deposition. I didn't know that I had enough information from her, because I only had information from her. I didn't have anything in the medical records to support generalized anxiety disorder. So I wanted to review that.
I'm just learning it now as you testified here today.
Sustained.
Is this the first time
No,
you
it came out during her deposition.
know that this is your opinion?
No.
That I believe that she has generalized anxiety disorder?
No.
That I believe that she has
Adjustment
adjustment disorder? Yes.
It wasn't, though. She did the deposition.
Now, from your evaluation, you determined that she had a personality trait,
That's correct.
and you felt like that she had a grandiosity issue,
Yes, she has a narcissistic personality trait.
a trait, one trait.
Correct.
Do you agree a lot of people have one trait?
Yes.
Okay. A lot of people have a grandiosity trait
Yeah, that's correct.
that are not narcissists.
But I never said that she was a narcissist.
Can you move your mic? She's not gonna move her mic. So you can. So she reviewed all the records, but so the purpose of her evaluation was to assess whether or not she met criteria for a self-defense claim. And so you can. So I meet with people for, like I said, I meet with them for 45 minutes to an hour and come up with an initial diagnosis. Within that period of time, I do not diagnose ADHD or like I don't. So normally it would be adjustment disorder. Sometimes it might be depression or anxiety. But to get a more accurate diagnosis, if people are referred for psychological testing, I do about 2 to 3 hour psychological assessment that includes cognitive and personality testing. And so, yes. All right. And so that's where the jury might give more weight to Dr. Harper's testimony. But I think Dr. Harper, I don't know that she clearly explained. Maybe she did. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. From Dr. Harper's testimony, Sarah Boone was clearly a battered person, but at the time of the offense, I think Dr. Harper did say she was mad or like that she felt threatened in that moment and that's why she did what she did. I think something like that was said. I'm I'm not sure. Yeah. All right. So there was no MMPI given. So psychologists are typically the ones that give psychological tests. Sometimes forensic psychiatrists will get trained in how to give the MMPI or different things like that. They will get trained in certain psychological tests. Psychological testing is a part of training to be a psychologist. And so I use the personality assessment inventory. That's just what I use.
Is it your opinion that Sarah Boone has alcohol use disorder?
Yes, that's correct.
And are you forming that opinion based on Sarah Boone's admission to you that she was an alcoholic?
I'm going to refer to my notes. She has a history of being diagnosed with that.
I wasn't aware of that. Makes sense, but I wasn't aware.
She also acknowledged to me that her use had been problematic.
So you formed the opinion that she suffered from alcohol use disorder based on the history that she presented to you at this evaluation?
It was based on the totality of the information that I was provided. So the medical records demonstrating that she had been diagnosed with it in the past. Her ex-husband in his interview in the police report described her as an alcoholic, and in her description of herself having a problem with alcohol.
And do you acquire a tolerance over time if you drink
Yes.
on the regular?
That's one of the criteria.
Do people also have a genetic tolerance
can
for
be.
alcohol?
They may.
Now, as it relates to battered spouse syndrome, would you agree that that is a recognized syndrome in the psychiatric community?
Yes.
And you have heard no criticisms of that syndrome?
No.
And you would agree that's a subset of post-traumatic stress disorder?
Yes.
And you would agree that Lenore Walker first developed the theory of post-traumatic stress syndrome?
Yes.
Now, I think at the time of this deposition, you were not sure you knew Lenore Walker.
I don't recall that.
All right, look at page 54.
Approach.
Oy. Why? It's fine. Everything's fine. World on fire. Everything's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Dr. Warner, do you recognize Lenore E.A. Walker's book, The Battered Woman Syndrome, as an authoritative treatise on battered spouse syndrome?
I do not, because I have not read everything. I haven't read it, and so I can't say that I agree with everything in it.
I'm over here doing chapters for the video from earlier
Is
today.
it clear to you that Sarah Boone was involved in a violent relationship with George Torres?
Yes.
Do you agree that there was a violent cycle that occurred during that 3.5-year relationship that Sarah Boone had with George Torres?
It's been described that way, yes.
Would you describe it that way?
It's been described that way to me, yes.
Do you have an opinion?
Okay.
Sustained.
Do you have an opinion that that was a violent cycle between Sarah Boone and George Torres?
It's been described that way, yes.
Do you agree that George Torres was the abuser and Sarah Boone was the victim in that?
It was a volatile relationship. In the police report, her ex-husband actually describes her as being the aggressor.
Whoa!
Okay, I'm going to show you what's going to identify.
Did that just get in that way? Did that just get in that way?
Defense Exhibit I. Have you ever seen this photograph?
I have not.
Do you see the injuries on Sarah Boone?
I do.
I'll show you defense identification H. You see this photograph?
I do.
Have you ever seen it before?
I have not.
Do you agree that's Sarah Boone?
I do.
Are you aware that George Torres?
Sustained.
Oh. Objection.
I'm going to show you defense identification G. Have you ever seen this photograph?
I have not.
Did you ever read anything about?
So, Lisa, Owens asked her a question about whether the good doctor here, thought that Sarah Boone was the victim, or I forget the question, but the question opened the door for the expert to say, I read records where Sarah Boone's ex-husband talked about her being aggressive towards him. And that had not come up yet. Nobody had talked about before George, Sarah had already been aggressive. Nobody said that. Perfect. Thank you. He asked if George was the primary aggressor. And according to Brian's testimony, when Sarah drank, she would get aggressive too. And he would have to do things to keep her off of him. But the jury does not know that. So there's that. There's absolutely that.
George Torres using a curtain rod as a weapon against Sarah Boone?
I don't recall that specifically.
Identification F. Have you ever seen this photograph?
No.
Defense identification E. Have you ever seen this photograph?
No.
Identification D. Have you ever seen this photograph?
No.
Have you ever seen a videotape relating to this photograph?
No.
Identification A. Have you ever seen this photograph?
No.
I'm going to skip.
I believe at the time of
Back.
Now, I believe at the time of the deposition, you had spent I think on October the 2nd of 2024, you had spent 2.5 hours evaluating Sarah Boone, and about half of that time was giving her a test.
Oh,
Yeah. The mental status examination takes approximately 5 minutes.
Okay. Did you go through her entire history of abuse over the 3.5-year period within the 2 hours and 20 minutes that you had?
No.
Now, I understand that you indicated you may take a couple more hours to go through your file and your notes and to come up with your conclusions. Did you do that?
Yes.
Have you spent any more time on the case other than that 2 hours?
I re-reviewed the documents.
Have you made any other attempts to go see Sarah Boone anymore?
Proper.
Sustained.
I agree.
You agree that your opinions are subjective, not based on authority?
Whoa.
They're based on my education and training.
That was offensive. That would be like me doing a clinical me doing a psychological evaluation. I need to go back. I need to hear that. If somebody were to say that my opinions were subjective and not based on fact, like that is offensive. Look at her face. Look, like that is. But he did it to his own expert, so I guess. I don't blame you. Enjoy your day. If this is too much, take care of your mental health, okay? Only be here if you can. All right?
They're based on my education and training and years of experience.
And you would agree they're your subjective opinion?
Correct.
Would you agree that Sarah Boone suffers from battered spouse syndrome?
I do.
Would you agree that battered women's experiences affect their perception of imminent danger?
They can.
Would you agree that victims of repeat violence may fear death in a situation others would not?
They may.
Because someone suffers from battered spouse syndrome, they have a heightened sensitivity to danger.
They may.
She didn't describe being afraid of him. Sarah did not describe that. But I wish she would like breathe.
You agree that people suffering from depression and anxiety are predisposed to getting into a relationship with a partner who may be violent?
They may. Each individual is different.
Are they more susceptible to getting in a relationship if they suffer from depression and anxiety with a violent, intimate partner?
They may be.
Do you agree that the DSM, I think you have it there with you,
Yes, sir.
directs that the clinician should consider post-traumatic stress disorder if there was exposure to extreme stress? Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Did you do any testing to measure whether or not Sarah Boone had post-traumatic stress disorder?
No.
Is it your opinion that Sarah Boone suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder?
Again, she did not give me enough information to formulate an opinion with regards to that.
She's not even questioning the other experts. So this is common for expert witnesses for the other side, whichever side did not call them, for them to get, I've had that happen. There's one particular local attorney, I forget his name, thank goodness. But I used to hate when I would have to be cross-examined by him because he, in my opinion, was a jerk. And he he would try to make me mad, and he would try to make it look like I was incompetent. He would try to minimize, because I think at the time I was testifying, I might have been licensed for maybe 3 or 4 years or something. And but I knew my stuff. And what I had to say was not good for his client. And so he did what he did, and it was fine. So I wasn't traumatized after. Like, I did go and, like, I would breathe, I would cope. I manage my emotions. And so she's doing exactly what she's supposed to do. I get more offended when they do this to, like, lay witnesses, to people that aren't prepared for some of this. Let me go back.
You agree that an intimate partner who commits acts of violence, physical violence against the victim, that could cause extreme stress in that individual?
It may.
You agree if that is the cause, the violence is the cause of extreme stress, that a diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder should be considered?
If they meet the criteria. They have to meet the diagnostic criteria.
You agree that there is a sense of learned helplessness when someone suffers from battered spouse syndrome?
Yes, that's part of the syndrome.
Do you agree that these women, these battered women, have learned the probability of receiving a beating, and they recognize specific predictive cues emitting from the batterers?
Yes, but it's not just women.
I understand, but you would agree the vast majority of intimate partner violence, battered spouse syndrome victims are women?
Yes, intimate partner violence, yes.
Excuse me?
Intimate partner violence, yes.
The vast majority,
That's reported. That's
the
reported.
lion's share, are women.
Yes.
I think men underreport.
And these battered women have learned the probability of receiving a beating by recognizing specific predictive cues emitted by the batterers.
Correct.
And many times, these predictive cues result in a high level of anxiety.
Yes.
And in that situation, the battered women may attempt to reduce through several different means, one of which is to avoid delaying the beating.
Yes, we talked about that with the cycle.
What is a basal instinct?
Basil.
A basal instinct?
Basil.
I have no idea.
Primal fear?
Basil.
Primal fear is just being afraid.
Is that a natural instinct?
He was trying to say a basal instinct. I think it's BI. Let me see. Maybe it's not. What was he trying to say? What was Owens trying to say? No, it's not what is it? What kind of instinct? Yeah, BASAL. I spelled it wrong. Basal instinct. Yeah. A base instinct or basal instinct. That's what he was trying to say. And she didn't help him. Basal ganglia. Yeah. She did not help him. She probably knew exactly what he was saying. But remember, the state's expert corrected Mr. J, I think, when he said belief instead of believes. And so a nice boozle instinct. That's what I'm reading in the chat. All right, we'll keep going. We laugh to keep from banging our heads against the table. No harming, like take care of yourself. Don't watch if this is too stressful, please manage your emotions. I love watching this with you all. If I was watching this without you all, I would be like yelling at my screen, at my phone, or I don't know. So watching this with you all is helpful.
That animals have?
Yes.
Fight or flight instinct?
Yes.
Basil.
You don't even think about it.
Correct.
Do you agree that victims of battered spouse or battered woman syndrome suffer from self-isolation, suicidal thoughts, and oftentimes substance abuse?
They may. Each individual is different, so
And they may show signs of physical injury and illness such as bruising and chronic fatigue.
yes, those are the signs.
The syndrome, battered woman syndrome, is the psychological effects of living with an intimate partner violence. They may have intrusive memories,
They may,
or they re-experience past traumatic events in their mind.
yes,
They have high levels of anxiety,
yes. They may,
hypervigilant when something doesn't seem right.
they may,
It leads to this fight or flight response that we spoke about.
yes,
They have problems with sleep.
they may,
They often go into denial,
they may,
minimizing what is happening to them,
they may,
numbing their emotions.
some of them,
Disassociation. A battered woman may often develop a defense mechanism of being able to
None of this was observed in Sarah Boone.
psychologically detach
this
from their body during the traumatic experience.
That's not it.
Sustained.
Panic attacks, severe depression, very low self-esteem, poor body image, disassociation, learned helplessness. All these are symptoms of a battered woman syndrome.
Compound, some of that, that's gonna.
Sustained.
You agree panic attacks is one of the symptoms of battered woman
Can
syndrome?
be.
Sustained.
What are the symptoms of a battered spouse syndrome?
They can be numerous symptoms, from anxiety symptoms, mood symptoms. They can have psychotic symptoms. It can be any vast majority of symptoms, substance abuse symptoms, any vast majority.
Do you agree fear is a
She
symptom?
didn't seem afraid.
Somebody in a constant state of fear.
Maybe, yes.
In terms of the abusive partner, do you agree that they would hit the victim?
Some of them.
So a person could have battered spouse syndrome and that be a trauma and stressor related disorder and not meet criteria for PTSD. And on direct or like during one of these, so we've been outside of the presence of the jury for a long part of the day. And she went over it. There were no avoidant symptoms. There were no intrusive symptoms. She specifically said the symptoms that Sarah did not report to her. And so yes. So that's what this is. Legally, we're talking about battered spouse syndrome to see if if a reasonable person would have been in fear for their life and done the same thing she did. That's my understanding. I'm not a lawyer. That's my understanding.
Yes,
Kick the victim,
they may,
punch the victim,
they may.
choke,
These takes all different forms.
choke,
They may,
burn,
they may,
destroy their belongings,
they may,
use weapons to hurt them,
they may,
threaten to hurt them, their children, or their pets,
they may,
take their car keys,
they may.
sex when they don't want to.
So over this. Maybe redirect? Nope, not yet. I had hopes.
I know you spent a short amount of time with her and you're saying you didn't get some of the answers as to whether or not.
Objection sustained.
If you'd have spent more time with Sarah Boone, could you have uncovered as to whether or not she suffered from battered spouse syndrome?
I think she already said she does.
I agree that she,
Owens, you said the wrong one. You meant PTSD and not battered spouse syndrome. She's already said. So I think he's not listening. Oh gosh, my camera again. Why? He's not listening to the words. Camera, there we go. My camera was like, I'm done. My camera was like, forget it. I'm done. He's not listening to the words.
met the criteria or that she had battered spouse.
How about post-traumatic stress disorder?
It's possible.
Thank you.
Any redirect examination?
Yes.
You may proceed.
In your decades of experience, have you ever treated patients that suffer from trauma disorders?
Yes.
How frequently would you say? you do that?
Regular.
I have patients on my unit right now that I'm treating on a regular basis.
Trauma and being on an inpatient unit, I would say. So I did my internship, a year-long internship on an inpatient unit. Only 6 months of my time was spent on the unit. The other 6 months was in the community. But while I was on that unit, oh my gosh, probably 70 to 75% of the children I worked with. So it was a Virginia Treatment Center for Children. It was an acute psychiatric hospital in Richmond, Virginia for children. And the year I started working there in 2008, they were closing their residential unit because our state had such a huge need for acute or short-term psychiatric beds that they were closing their long-term unit to provide more short-term beds. And an acute hospitalization can be anywhere from 24 hours. What's more common is 2 to 3 days to maybe a few weeks. We did the longest amount of time somebody spent on the unit might have been 2 to 3 months, but that was when they were having difficulty with placement. And often the state would agree to pay for the person to stay until placement could be obtained, or there were major issues with stabilization and security. But it was rare for somebody to stay longer than a month, especially for kids. So that's my experience with that.
Basis.
How about patients that meet the criteria for battered spouse syndrome?
Yes.
How many would you say over the course of your career?
Probably 5 to 6 a month on my inpatient unit.
So I was not a fan of acute psychiatric care because we were literally putting a Band-Aid on bullet wounds because inpatient is so I like the unit. So Virginia Treatment Center for Children, it was a trauma-informed unit where we would make accommodations based on the individual's trauma. So we would do a trauma screening for every single child. But I will never forget there was a young child, not even in elementary school, that was on the unit, and and the family never called, the family never came to visit, and it came to a point where, like, we had to send this child home because part of the reason why the child probably still wasn't stable was because they didn't have access to their family, and, the family was not happy, not happy at all. I'm laughing not because it's funny. I understood the family's concern. I tried to provide resources that they had available to them, that they could have home-based therapy. There were all of these supports available, but it got to a point our unit was not the place for a child that young, especially having no contact. Like a lot of what we were seeing from this child could have been missing family. And I want to help people on a long-term basis. And it was so anxiety provoking. Mondays and Fridays were the most stressful moments. Mondays and Fridays were absolutely the most stressful moments. And the hospital, it feels like a prison. So it doesn't feel like they try to paint the walls, they try to put up murals, but if people should not be here long term. And it was my goal to help people not have to be there. So I've probably treated more than like 100 people in the last year, like, including psychological testing. Maybe it might be more than that. Wow, it might be almost two. I've treated a lot of people, and in the last year, I've only had one hospitalized and one incarcerated. And so I try to prevent, if we can safely prevent hospitalization, I try. So I work with people that have chronic thoughts of self harm. So the reason why my number's so high is I do 2 psych evals a week. So I have 2 new people that I don't treat after that. So I have a lot of people that come through my doors, but they don't stay. My active caseload is normally about 40 people, but everybody isn't seen every week. A handful of people are once a month. About maybe 10 to 15 or every other week, and the rest are weekly. So that's what my caseload looks like. This week was incredibly light. I don't know what happened. Like something for some reason, this week was very, very light. Let's get back into her redirect.
And that's a lot of months.
Yes.
How long have you been doing this?
Since 1998, when I began my career at the University of Florida on faculty.
Now, on cross-examination, you were asked about some diagnoses, correct?
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Any of these things that you talked about, narcissistic personality disorder, adjustment disorder, anxiety, battered spouse syndrome, any stress or trauma-related disorder. If the state wanted to ask you those opinions, would you have been receptive to more materials before making any opinions about those topics?
Yes.
And is it your testimony today that you don't have enough information to necessarily make a complete and proper diagnosis on any of those things since you have not been provided those materials?
Correct.
Now, you testified that she does meet the criteria for battered spouse syndrome.
Yes.
But you would be receptive to any evidence that you were provided, right?
Correct.
Are we about to provide some evidence?
Going back to what you testified to on direct when the state asked you your opinion about this case, everything that you just talked about with Mr. Owens, does that change your opinion about whether or not battered spouse syndrome is applicable to the facts as Ms. Boone relayed them to you about this incident?
No, not at all.
And why is that?
Because again, she just.
Objection, Judge.
Why? Grounds? Why? Why is he objecting? Because it's not going to be good for your client? That's not an objection, is it?
Objection's overruled.
Yeah, you can answer.
Based on your conversation with Mr. Owens, you've indicated that your opinion did not change, and now would you answer why?
Yes. So based on my interview with her, the way that she described the incident to me, and that they were laughing and having a good time, it didn't play into relaying any kind of triggers or any kind of trauma.
And I'm showing you what has been marked for identification purposes by the defendant as I. Does this photograph inform you as to what happened?
No.
Does it inform you as to who was the aggressor?
No.
H for identification, same questions. Does it inform you as to what happened?
No.
Does it inform you as to who the aggressor was?
No.
We can probably go through all those.
If those specifics as to what happened and who was the aggressor is dependent upon the credibility of
Ooh.
somebody, would you want to take into account all the things that can make a person credible or less than credible?
Yes.
Yes, you would want to take that into account.
And you talked about alcohol
I think.
use disorder. Would you take that into account if somebody is under the influence of alcohol or been consuming alcohol when they relay a history as to things that happened?
Okay, so in his will on Monday, the prosecution played the 2 suitcase videos. The defense played a video from her phone of George breaking a TV, but I wasn't scared. Like, I gave a trigger warning for it because I wasn't sure how it was going to be. Like, he looked tired. It seemed sad, but it didn't. I wasn't afraid of that video, and she recorded it, and she wasn't saying, "Stop that, don't do that." And so I don't know. And it looked like the TV was already broken, and yeah, it's a whole thing.
Would you consider somebody's alcohol use and level of intoxication in evaluating the credibility of them as a historian? And you were asked about whether
So if it was a conflict, the prosecution would have had to bring it up. And does Court TV pay for appearances? Court TV, I'm available. I know I'm sorry, I'm sharing Law and Crime stream, but like Court TV, if y'all pay for appearances, I am available. I don't know if they pay or not. Some shows pay, some shows don't.
Or not you did any testing for post-traumatic stress disorder.
Correct.
And you didn't.
Correct.
You already indicated, however, you believe that Ms. Boone meets the criteria for battered spouse syndrome.
That's correct.
Again, that doesn't change your opinion that you gave when talking with me on direct examination.
Object, asked and answered.
Overruled.
Specifically about this question about the testing that you did not perform. Did this lack of testing have any change or
Stop
effect
trying
on
to
your...
block my blessing. Not take. They only have guests. So I would just visit Court TV. I wouldn't go there. I just want to visit. I don't want to go there. They have guests. I just want to be a guest.
opinion as to whether or not battered spouse syndrome applied to the facts of this case?
No.
I didn't think they paid. I didn't think so.
You were questioned about insanity on cross-examination. You recall that?
Yes.
Would you agree that simply because somebody is mentally ill and meets the criteria for diagnosis such as schizophrenia, bipolar, any of those psychotic or mood disorders, that doesn't necessarily make a person legally insane?
Correct. The two aren't equal.
Likewise, even if somebody meets the criteria for battered spouse syndrome, does that mean every action they take against their intimate partner is justified?
Correct. That's not.
Okay, so quick interruption. I have the full video link down below if you don't like my interruptions. So, Law and Crime, some idiot, it was not a good idea because they had cameras everywhere. They had cameras and they streamed, so they played the surveillance footage of the person stealing everything. And then what they did is because it's Law and Crime, they have law enforcement connections. And one of the computers that were stolen had tracking on it, and they knew the jurisdiction that the computer was, and they reached out to a detective or a police officer in that jurisdiction, and they were able to arrest the guy at a pawn shop that refused to take the because it was clearly stolen. Like he didn't know the passwords to the computers. Like it was pretty sure it was shady. He went from New York to New Jersey. He tried, but it was not a good idea. Don't do crime. Don't do crime, especially with Law and Crime. Like don't. And so that was the whole thing.
That they wouldn't be equal.
So even if you do have battered spouse syndrome, even if you are in an intimately violent relationship, that doesn't necessarily mean any action you take against your partner is justified.
That's correct.
No other questions?
State, can this witness be released?
Yes.
Defense.
If we got a phone number, we can reach out.
Why?
Okay. All right, ma'am, you're released, potentially subject to recall. Thank you.
No, you can't have my phone number, Mr. Owens. I'm sorry. I would give it if I had to. Who's next?
At this time, state remove P for identification and evidence.
So we're about to get into some videos. All the trigger warnings, because some of this I think is going to be some of the body cam footage and stuff. They're having a discussion.
P for identification.
Is P. Counsel, any objection to what was pre-marked as P?
They're on a 10-minute break. Oh.
He's offering it in evidence. Any objection?
No objection.
All right, what was pre-marked as P will be received into evidence without objection. It states 21.
They're going to mark stuff into evidence. Y'all have any questions for me? So we will be caught up with live court.
Statement V for identification, being Victor.
The objections.
No objection.
What was pre-marked as V will be received into evidence without objection at stage 22.
May we approach?
Yes.
So I think they're going to take a break.
In the afternoon. The next part of the state's presentation are going to be some videos and other things that we read to you that may take a little bit of time based on the length of them. So we're going to go ahead and take our afternoon break at this point in time. Similar
Able to zoom,
instruction
zoom.
I've given to you over the last couple of days. Please do not conduct any independent investigation or research. Person.
Let's zoom back to court. Yay. All right. So that was a very brief break. Like they just went to the bathroom real quick. Okay. Uh-oh. Maybe not. Did they come back and leave again? Okay, no, they came back. Truth Finder, if you want long crime, check it out. They have ads for it all the time. Yes. The doctor's finished. Red. Red is my favorite color. Leo. I am a Leo. Sarah. I was gonna say something appropriate. I'm already married, Sarah. I know you're married too. Jury is coming back.
Did you recognize our jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, you recognize our jury?
Yes.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Madam Jury, again, do you comply with the court's instructions during our break? All right, record reflect all hands have been raised. Thank you very much. State, you may proceed with the balance of your evidence presentation.
Leos have the most fun. Oh, Lisa, yay. Are you a Leo? Gotta recognize. Aw.
Permission to publish what has been entered into evidence as 22, previously V as in Victor for identification.
You may proceed.
Oh, Taurus. Cool. Taurus. I got it. See, I'm super stubborn. Super stubborn. Come on, Pastor.
5 folders on it.
Okay, I'm gonna go back.
This exhibit 22 has 5 folders on it. It is a DVD. Going into the first folder, OCSO 18-067501.
Counselor, are these audio or video files?
This first one, Your Honor, is going to be a video file.
Okay, let's go ahead and dim the lights, please. Thank you.
And for record purposes, its file name ends with 0154-2.
You may proceed, sir.
Oh. We don't have audio. Do they have audio? Maybe the audio hasn't started yet. We're watching something, but we don't have the audio yet.
And he told you a whole bunch of shit. Pardon me for saying that.
No, but
Pardon me for saying that, but like, oh man, he let loose on my ass tonight, and I'm not having it.
okay.
I got kicked in the face.
Okay.
Kicked in the face.
That you know of, there's no guns,
No,
anything in there?
ma'am, no. I know, baby. You guys are doing your job.
All right,
No.
Sarah here?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, so she did call the officer baby. I heard that. I think that was to the officer. Oh, I know, baby. I think that was to the officer.
Yeah.
I think the incident when she got kicked in the face.
You guys did great.
What's his name?
George.
George, all right.
And there's nothing you guys did great.
It is?
He the fuck out of time.
I don't know.
And I'm jumping. I still work mom.
What's up, George? You want to talk to us? What's up? Talk to you inside.
For the record, this is redacted.
Are the videos in States 22 redacted videos?
Some.
You see my eye?
I do see your eye. Okay, tell me how it all went down, from beginning to,
Yes, my love.
okay.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so we were having a really good day and we were close.
So this is not funny, okay? When Sarah gets drunk, she gets super friendly because she just told the officer, "Yes, yes, my love." Yeah. So I don't think it's Chelsea. I think it's a police officer. Chelsea's a detective, unless she was. I don't know. I don't know who it is, but uh, she's calling everybody. Like she's using very friendly language right here.
Street Muldoons and everything was really fine.
I'm gonna go back.
Tell me how it all went down, from beginning to,
Yes, my love.
okay.
Okay, so we were having a really good day and we were across the street from Muldoons and everything was really fine and dandy and this guy talked to another guy because he left, came in there and I got so mad because I asked for a cigarette from another guy because he took my license, my debit card, and everything, cigarettes, everything, took everything.
Okay.
So I asked someone for a cigarette, and it happened to be a guy. So he walked in and got super pissed because I asked for a cigarette from another guy. I came home. Mind you, my car is across the street still. Okay.
So you get home, you go inside.
Oh, man. Let loose.
Okay, elaborate. So you open the door, what happens from there?
I'm a whore.
He starts calling your name? Okay.
When I say ragdoll, you know what that is?
I know what a ragdoll is.
Oh, man. I was ragdolled.
Okay, but I need
In
you,
the face.
okay, I need you to elaborate. Like, you walk into the house. Did you start arguing? He started calling you names. He said he was.
No, I walked out, I walked in and I walked to the back. I just wanted to smoke a cigarette and just go to sleep. I just literally wanted to smoke a cigarette, I'm gonna go to sleep.
And then as you're making your way to the back, what
I
happened?
got caught on the stairwell.
You got caught on the stairwell, so he caught you on the stairwell. And what, did he get in front of you, started confronting you, telling you anything? What happened?
It was bad.
Okay, elaborate, Miss Sarah. I need you to tell me exactly what happened so I can help you.
My heart is like, I don't want him to get in trouble, but fuck, I'm tired of being beaten up.
Okay. I understand, I'm trying to help you out, but
I know you are.
I need you to elaborate a little bit. So,
I swear
in the
to God.
stairwell,
Dragged me downstairs. I went upstairs, tried to get in the bed. I just want to go to sleep. I just want to go to sleep. I didn't make the bed. He caught me in the upstairs.
like in the hallway?
Beating the fuck up. That's all I can say.
Okay, what do you mean? Like, I see your eye, what, you said he kicked you in the eye.
That's what I see it. That's what it is.
Were you on the floor when he kicked you? Okay, how did you get to the floor? Did he push you? Did he pull you? How?
She might have fallen.
Normally what I do is,
That's
because
not-
he does it so often, I just go to the floor. I just go to the floor. So I'm pretty sure I don't really recollect. I went to the ground. I went to the ground.
Okay. And then that's
I'm
when he.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine. I don't mind. So you went down to the ground.
Yes, that's what I do.
Did he kicked you with what? Do you recall which foot?
Right.
Right foot. Okay.
Heel.
His heel. Okay. And you say you've been together for.
Because I asked for a cigarette. Because he left my ass in my car across the street.
Okay. You said you've been together for about a year?
And
A year and a half.
yes,
Live together, obviously.
July 2018.
I just recently went for a divorce. He's been there with me. He knows all those stories, blah, blah, blah. But
I know. I'm just trying to.
this stop. And I could have worked tomorrow.
Do you want the fire department to come out and check you
No,
out?
I didn't.
No? Okay. Okay. Do you want to press charges? You can smoke a cigarette if you want.
Can I talk to you though?
You're talking to me by myself.
I don't want to be. Please put the fear of the police.
So you don't want to press charges? Okay. Do you want to fill out any paperwork? Do a statement? No? Okay. Smoke a cigarette, sit down, smoke a cigarette.
I don't want to be in trouble.
I know.
You guys have actually been out of your life now. Look at this shit. Look at my shit all the time.
Did this happen today?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, I see it. It's ripped and I'm done in a little bit.
I just bought this yesterday.
I get it. Sit down, smoke a cigarette, do your thing. No, fine. Do you have an ID with you? Is it in the house? Okay, we'll go find out.
I know my number if you want to.
Oh, that's perfect. Go for it.
500-791-77870-0.
870-0. Okay. First name is spelled S-A-R-A-H. Do you have a middle name?
Catherine. Kathryn.
K-A-T-H-R-Y-N. What's your last name?
Boone. B-O-O-N-E.
Date of birth?
10-10-7-7.
I get it. So you can't have to face my arm anymore. Do you have a telephone number?
407.
407 716 8684. Email address?
SKP.
SKP underscore 100 1-800.
@yahoo.com.
There you go. Who's that from?
Sorry.
No, that's cool. I get it. I get it. Sit down, smoke your cigarette. try to
This is
relax
her
a little
very
bit. I'm gonna
drunk
take
voice.
pictures of you in a little bit.
Very
Alright.
drunk.
No problem.
I honestly think this is the one where George says that he was
Turning now to folder
Choke.
OCSO 19-054.
Can the parks approach just for a moment?
I'm going to try to plug this in. Let me check my audio settings, make sure everything is good. Yep, we're good. Okay. Oh my God. It was hard to hear. And I think these will help me here. This story sounds similar to that he drugged me down the stairs.
All right, sir, you may continue.
Within this folder, the first thing that will be published is a file that's an audio file, 911 call _R1.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
Cont
4748 Branch Court, apartment 3.
4748, what was the street name? I didn't hear you.
4748 Branch Court, apartment 3.
Okay.
It's nothing that I would call, but I did. You can beat the fuck out of me.
You said Frank Lane?
That's what it comes up as always.
Okay, and then what was the apartment?
3.
Okay, and what happened then?
He just beat the fuck out of me.
Who is he?
Jorge Torres.
Is he still there?
Yes,
Okay, where's he at?
I'm in the bed. I'm outside.
Okay.
I was not like that or
Okay,
anything.
do you need any medical attention?
No, I just have a lump on my head and I just got beat the fuck up. That's all.
Okay, what's your name?
Sarah. With an H.
Okay, and George, you black understand?
He's Hispanic.
What is he wearing today?
Oh gosh.
Just color shirt and pants, that's all it
I don't even recognize because he just showed up.
Okay. Do you have his date of birth?
February 13th, 78. 2/13/78. And I swear, I'm just going inside because he's not on leave and he's not supposed to be here. But he's here.
How long ago did this happen? About how
12
many minutes?
minutes ago.
Okay.
I'm done.
Yes, ma'am.
I can't do this anymore.
Okay, and I just need a description of you so that I can identify you when they get there.
I'm white. I have 30 blonde hair and blue eyes.
What color is your pants you wearing?
Am I?
Yes.
Black.
Black shirt, black pants?
Pink shorts.
Pink shorts? And you're outside?
Please don't get me in trouble. There's no way that I can get in trouble for this.
No, just say where you're safe. You said you're outside, right?
Yes.
Okay, does he have any weapons that you know
No.
of? Okay. And did he hurt you with anything, or was it only his hand?
Fist.
Just his fist? Okay. And you don't need any medical attention?
No, I always get over it, but this time I'm not getting over it.
Understood, okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and send some help to you, okay? Anything you can just give us a call back, okay?
Wait, can I sit out front though?
Yes, definitely stay out front, stay out front. I tried to send
Okay, I'm gonna walk around the house.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Now publishing a video labeled 19-054-917_BAT_DV.
I think he's going to allege harm by her. Oh, this was during the day.
The call? What's going on? What's going on? going on? You called?
I did.
Okay. Do you want to tell me what's going on?
You just said it's okay.
Who beat you up? Is she still in there?
He's awfully, I actually got him off of his leaves because I don't want him here. And he shows this ugly mug over the wall all the time. He comes over and looks for me and
Do you want to press charges?
we're trying to do it today.
Well, what's your relationship now?
I guess boyfriend and girlfriend,
Okay, how long you guys been dating for?
like 2.5 years.
Okay. That's a current relationship?
No, it's on and
I
off.
don't know.
I can't deal with this shit.
Okay.
I'm tired of it.
When's the last time he stayed the night at your house?
2 weeks ago,
2 weeks ago?
and he figured it out.
Okay. So why is he over here today?
All right, I will rewind it. So this video is June 15th, 2019. The last video was in 2018. So this is a completely different situation. I think they're establishing a pattern where the jury's going to get to watch this and come to their own conclusions. She seems drunk in all of these situations to me. Oh, I said I was going to go back a little bit.
That's a current relationship?
No, it's on and off.
I don't know.
I can't deal with this shit.
Okay.
I'm tired of it.
When's the last time he stayed the night at your house?
2 weeks ago,
2 weeks ago?
and he figured it out.
Okay. So why is he over here today?
Can't deal with this to one the other. It's what he told me.
Okay. So
I'm not allowed to leave it.
you're not. Okay.
Tell me the book now.
Okay.
He's mad because I went out with my girlfriend.
Okay.
And she introduced me to another gentleman.
Mhm.
He's not a gentleman. He's not a gentleman. And he got pissed.
Okay. So you came over today, you let him in because you're gonna talk, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then what happened?
What really pissed?
Mhm. Okay. So you guys start arguing and then
No,
what?
I didn't argue. I can't argue. I was just taking down his speaker.
Okay. So when you say taking down the meeting, just like distracting him, just so I know. What did he do to you? Did he push you? Was he slapping you? Was he punching you?
I want to give up.
Okay, you have to kind of explain to me what happened. Like, tell me like
Into
step
the
by
closet
step.
doors.
Okay, so you threw you into the closet doors?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, you're upstairs, you threw you into the closet doors. Did anything break when you threw you in there?
My head? No.
Okay, but you said you don't need the fire department?
No. I just have really bad luck. And it'll go away because I'm used to it. It'll go away.
Okay, let me see. Where is it?
Right here.
Can you just put your head back a little bit?
There's a lump. Right here. Like you can feel it.
Yep, I see it. Do you have any other injuries?
No. I just, because he's not on the lease anymore, I know that he can't, I got him off the lease to not come over here anymore. And I'm trying to get him out of here. And he'll be here every day. And I had a guy who's going to
Okay, so there's another exit to this apartment, so he could be gone?
There's the stuff in my store, and I've been doing that. Please, and I tried to please. Which I had done 4 times, you're the 4th one.
Okay.
He's gonna have to walk, but I have to go and he's upstairs, so. Go get him.
Well, I'm going to, but I'm gonna have to try to get somebody else here. What's his name?
George,
George?
I'm sitting here.
Okay. And I have to ask this too, when's the last time you guys slept together?
Had sex
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks ago.
Okay. So, but you guys are kind of on and get off again, And you're saying as of right now, you're off. But
Oh, I've
within,
been off.
okay, but within like the last 2 or 3 weeks, you guys were dating.
Honestly, no.
Okay. But at least there was some
I knew who he
expectation.
was.
There's an expectation and intimacy when he came over.
No, no.
But you guys, you said
Oh,
you
no. We were gonna try and figure it out. Oh,
But you want to press charges on us
what charges can I pass?
right now? What did he said? He just hit you with hands and feet and pushed you?
I got a heel on my face.
Okay. You keep being upset with me, but you're not really giving me the information that I need. I'm asking you to kind of walk me through what happened, okay? Because I don't know. I wasn't there.
I know.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so all you said, you guys were upstairs. Okay. But that means lots of different things. So that's why I need to know what
This
you
is
did.
why I have all of this over here, is because he continuously stops me and he strangled me multiple times.
Today?
Yes.
Okay. Did you start to lose consciousness or anything while you were strangling you?
I couldn't breathe.
Did you feel yourself losing consciousness?
No, I didn't lose. I just couldn't breathe.
Okay. But how long was you strangling you for?
Till I got him off of me.
Okay.
Look, can I tell you something before you call him whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I've been arrested before because I fought back. Look, I did fight back. I did fight back. So whatever he has or whatever it is, it's not me.
Did he hit you with any, like an object or anything?
No.
Okay.
He threatens me with a bat.
Today? I'm talking about today. Did you pick up a baseball bat and threaten you? Okay. Tell me about that. How far away were you when he had the bat?
I
How
was
close
in the
were you?
bedroom.
And where was he?
In the bedroom.
Okay. Was there anything in between you guys at the time?
My dog.
Just a dog? And how close was it to you? Couple feet, 3 feet?
3 feet.
Okay. And how was he holding that?
Threatening.
Like, what do you mean? Was it down by his side? Was it up like this? Like, how was it?
He said swing.
So he had it up?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Did he say anything to you while you were holding the bat?
I dare you.
Okay. And what do you mean by that?
Because I technically left him 2 weeks ago, which is why I just want you to know. And it's not because I have friends. I have friends. And my friends want me to get out of my gloomy, doomy bullshit. So they try to introduce me to nice gentleman,
Okay.
who he is not.
Okay. So he's holding the baseball bat, and 3 feet, you guys are up in the bedroom, and he says, I dare you. Okay. And you were scared. Correct?
I'm so scared, so why am I in my car?
Okay. I'm gonna go see if I can get him to come out. Alright, if not, this is your place, right?
He's not on the leash.
Okay. And we
We're
have,
talking about party members. I haven't taken off the leash.
okay. Alright, hold on.
Sir, what is your name now?
Hold on.
Could you imagine being the person, like, if somebody is moving in this day, because I see a moving van, I hope those people are moving out, because if I was moving in, oh my gosh, I would be having a lot of, like, could you imagine on moving day, the police showing up to to your neighbor 3 doors down or 4 doors down? What in the world?
Can I work on me? If there's anybody know, can I get 44?
Don't get me
Hey, George?
Not
Hey,
a
George, Sheriff's Department, can you come on out?
not a one.
hold on. Hey, George, I can hear you. Come on up. George, Sarah, come on out. What's going on? Talk to me. What's going on today? Do you speak English? Yes. Okay, so tell me what's going on. Why are you here right now? Because she called me. So tell me, you want to tell me what's going on? Did she really call? Where are these cuts on your neck? That's neither there. Is she over there? Alright, we got it, Did you want to talk to me about the cuts on your neck? Yeah, not really. Okay, do me a favor, turn around. Put your hands on your head. Wow. Why am I getting cuffed up? Come on, son. Why am I getting cuffed up, sir? Kind of like my 401 diagnosed you. Why am I getting cuffed up? Come over. Yeah, why am I getting cuffed up? We'll talk to you about it in a sec, okay?
Okay, so we have to talk about this. Some people that aren't safe, they will give their partner or victim substances to subdue them. And he seems super calm. He seems tired. His brother said he got emotional, like he got like sad when he drank. He doesn't seem like an aggressive, mean drunk to me. He doesn't.
Yeah, what happens when, no, I don't know. Okay, I see what happened. Have you been drinking today?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot or a little bit? Like, do you understand what's going on right now? Yeah. Okay.
Probably.
So I'm gonna go ahead and read these, okay? I'm just gonna need you to answer yes or no every time I ask you a question, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that? Anything you say will be used in court as evidence against you. Do you understand that? You are entitled to talk to an attorney now and have him present now and at any time during the questioning. Do you understand that? Yes. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you without cost. Do you understand that? Yes. Okay. Do you desire to consult with an attorney first or have one during this interview? Yes or no? Okay. If at any time hereafter you wish to remain silent and have an attorney present, all questioning will be stopped. Do you understand? Yes. Okay. Has anyone at any time threatened, coerced, promised you anything in order to induce you to make a statement? Okay. Do you understand these rights as I read them to you? Yes. Okay. Do you wish to talk to me this time? Yes. Okay. So, tell me what happened today. What is going on? She said that you hit her and you choked her. What?
He sounds surprised. He doesn't sound angry. He sounds surprised. Like that's a surprise sound to me.
No, sir.
Okay, she's got a lump on her head. How'd she get the lump on her head?
I don't know. She just take me in. I don't know. Officer, I don't know.
Did you push her, hit her, anything like that?
No, not at all.
Okay, how did she get the lump on her head?
I don't know.
Okay, what brought you over here today?
She called.
I was trying to get my ID and my social, and my birth certificate. And she's not trying to give me that.
Okay, but obviously you've been here for a little bit. I mean, your shirt's off, you've been drinking, so you didn't want to just come over here to get something. So like, how long have you been here?
For a while.
Okay. So what about what, so a while, like an hour or 2 hours? Okay. How long have you guys been dating?
We've been together for 2 years.
For 2 years? Okay. Are you guys still dating right now, or are you broken up? Okay.
And I work right there at Ace.
Okay, so you came over here today, so for about a while ago, an hour or two. What have you been doing since you've been here? Okay, so just spending time with her, then all of a sudden she decided to run outside and call the cops? Why would she do that? You don't know?
She's nice, dude. She's nice.
Okay, that's fine. But
You can hear her.
But what you understand, what you're telling me isn't really adding up. Because she gave me her side of the story.
What she said?
And she's saying that you had it. That's all I need. It's Florida.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm doing my job, okay? You just sit there and be quiet. I'll be over to talk to you when I can. Every time you start yelling, you're interfering.
She's the one that she just snapped out of nowhere. She's mad because she took me out of the police.
Mm-hmm.
She took me out of the police. And I told these guys of the lease, like, look, I can't cash my check. I can't cash my check without her. So please talk to her.
Okay, so you came over to talk to her about cashing your check?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you've been here for a couple hours. Okay, so
So what I'm getting from what happened, it sounds like he needs his ID to cash his check. Okay. She took him off the lease. She's holding his ID and his birth certificate, and he just wanted that back. I personally feel she greeted him at the door with his favorite liquor. If you are an alcoholic, there's no such thing as just one drink. I'll say that again. For an individual that's an alcoholic, there's no such thing as just one drink. An individual that's in active alcoholism, that like when they start to drink, there's no control, and that individual is going to overconsume. And I wonder if she got him drunk to then call, because I think he was okay with leaving. I wonder if he was trying to leave her right here again. Wow. So, a lot of officers aren't trained in the signs of a male DV victim, and he's not telling the officer how he got the marks. I think that might come. I haven't seen this video before. I do agree she was incredibly controlling, and so yes. All right, let's keep it going.
what happened to make her run outside and call police? Because I'm seeing cuts on you and I'm seeing bruises at her. But you're not telling me what happened. And you're the one sitting in the back of a cop car right now.
So I think the officer put him in the cop car so he would realize the severity of the situation and he would say what happened to him. I think that's why the officer did this. I don't know for sure.
I don't know what happened. Did she hit you? All the time.
All the time.
Who hit who first?
She does all the time.
So she,
Did she hit you all the time? Who hit who first? She does. I believe this. I 100% believe this. Wow. If this is too triggering, if people need to back out, does that make sense? Like, please, 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 please take care of yourself. I believe him 100%.
she hit you first? All the time. Oh, today. I'm talking about today. You don't know if she hit you today? Huh? Do you have an idea on it?
She
She has it? Yeah. Okay. Can you grab his ID for me?
I don't have it.
No, I don't have it. Wow.
He said it's in the house.
No, I threw it in the bushes.
Where in the bushes? Because I see it.
I threw it in the bushes. I have some choice words that I'm going to leave out.
Frank, love, whenever I tell her, oh my gosh, the front door is open.
I'm going to rewind it a little bit.
No, I don't have it.
He said it's in the house.
No, I threw it in the bushes.
Where in the bushes? Because I see it.
Frank, love, whenever I tell her, oh my gosh, the front door is open and I don't even know where my dogs are. Oh, here, find the desk. I don't have his ID.
So at this moment, she is concerned about her dogs. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I'm just now. So I've never seen this one. I've never seen this video. If I had seen this video, wow, oh. And don't forget, there is a juror. One of the 6 jurors is a victim of DV. I see why the state knew they had this. I see why the state left that that uh that juror on there that has been a victim of DV. This is bad. This is really bad.
You said you threw it in the bushes. Where in the bushes did you throw it? Could you please go back over there?
So what's happening?
It's in the back of the car. You said he hit you, he beat you, you have a bump. Okay?
I don't have it. You can look up here.
Our score B18 is 0-0 to the jury.
Okay, so this is the same incident, the same day. There are more officers that have arrived. I was one because they are in Florida in June. Okay, Florida in June. It is like the devil's ass hot in Florida in June. Okay, so like it is like 120 at what time of day is this? I can't convert that time. It's probably hot outside. So we have to laugh to keep from crying, okay? We must laugh to keep from crying. Okay, so is it 9:28? Is it AM? Okay, so it might be like 90 to 100 in Florida, but the humidity. So you have to get the heat index. In Florida, I don't care what the temperature says, heat index with that humidity. That's what you need to have, okay? That heat index. Um I feel she was using alcohol to control him. That is just, and yes, so I have been to Florida in August. So maybe so to me, August is devil's taint. Can we say that? This video might get I don't care.
Where were you?
His brother and his ranting mother came over here, so it should be somewhere in here if they didn't find it. I don't have it.
So his brother and his mother tried to help. Wow. Wow. His brother and his mother tried to come over to help.
No, I'm meaning because it makes getting his information a lot easier if I don't have to keep asking him questions and I can just get it out there.
I'm not making what it go that I could, friends. I'm not. I already looked through here.
Okay.
Did she just scream that? somebody is probably Sarah. It was probably Sarah.
She also has my birth certificate. Listen, she said that she's doing the bushes. I'm trying to find it.
I think all together, make sure to drink your water, breathe. I believe Juan, when George drank, I think he got emotional, like sad and emotional. I don't think he got aggressive. I don't think he did. He sounds sad.
So is this a husband, boyfriend? Are you guys married?
No.
How long have you been together?
2.5 years.
Was he drinking or anything today?
Yeah.
Both of you?
I had.
Okay.
Bless you.
Nothing wrong with
Here's my arrow thing, but just how you are, but.
that. Okay, I need you to show us.
Judge Kranek will let no sneeze go unblessed. Okay.
Very nice.
Into artwork.
Very nice.
I have as many times as you said, I'm into artwork.
No, nothing wrong with that. And who called the police? Did you call the police? Okay. Call 911?
Yes,
Very good. Has this happened before?
3 times. The last one that came up, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna write your statement, so you know, kind of who you are and what's going on.
So 3 times the police have been here? Was there ever, was sheriff or the reports written when they were here?
I'm not even sure about that, I didn't have to sign anything.
Okay.
Okay, so somebody put a good comment. I think this is UTC. So let me just pull up this comment. Uh-oh, I can't find it. That body cams, thank you, Andy. Body cams use UTC. So this would probably be 5 p.m. According to Google, I tried it into Google, 9 p.m. into UTC or Eastern 9 p.m. UTC to Eastern would be 5 p.m. possibly, something like that. All right, let's keep it going. I don't think there are any tears. I don't think there are tears.
I'm not really sure what else he's saying. I'm not really like.
What does it say? Can you read it to me?
Throwing me off the bed and being in the head and stuff. Am I supposed to write all that?
Yep, everything that happened.
I'm just writing all
Yep, everything that happened.
that? All that?
Yeah.
Can you see my neighbors out there? Because I know their children are not kind of house and they know who he is.
So what was your phone number again? 407?
716. For arresting.
Nope.
We'll go back.
407 716. I'm not getting arrested.
Nope.
I'm not being arrested. She just said, I'm not being arrested. Ma'am, because he won't say what you did. That's the only reason why.
I'm in the car still.
County charge $25. Could you give me 424 case number, please?
Stopping publishing at 10 minutes, 0 seconds on that file. Proceeding to third folder, OCSO 19, file 911 call, dash first.
911, what is the location of the emergency? Well, I didn't have an emergency here at my place, but my boyfriend was arrested, I think last Thursday, and he has a no contact form, and he took it upon himself to come over to my house yesterday and took the bike that I bought for him, which.
She at least sounds sober. She's going to talk about the bike. I think she's calling that he came to get the bike I got for him. Ma'am, this isn't a crime. He's coming to get the gift, the bike I gave him, which he can come and get.
And he has a no contact form, and he took it upon himself to come over to my house yesterday and took the bike that I bought for him, which is technically mine, and also my debit card. So, and okay, wait a minute, Sam, if he bought it, then it's a gift. He didn't. Okay, that's fine. I need my debit card though. Like I have my 8-year-old son coming over here. I can't even buy groceries for him. Okay, then what's your debit card? My address is 4748 Brant, FRANTV, okay, 4. So what's your apartment number? 3. Your apartment number? 3. Okay, just to make sure I heard you right. Sure. Okay. Now, do you use anything else with that credit card? Yeah, he bought me a cigarette. Okay.
So I went back because I missed what she said. Like, because did he buy cigarettes for both of them or only for what?
Now, do you use anything else with that credit card? Yeah, he bought me a cigarette.
Did she say he bought me my cigarettes? Is that what she said? Is that what she said? I heard he bought me my cigarettes, which would mean I gave him permission to use my debit card to go and buy, because I probably demanded that he go buy me cigarettes. I mean, okay.
Yeah. So, what's your name? Sarah, Sarah. Okay, Sarah, you call back to 47716-8684? Yes, okay. And he's at his parents' house right now, so if you need the actual address over there or whatever, it needs to be done. I'm sorry, Sarah, what did you say? He's actually at his parents' house right now, so.
I'm getting very, very mad. So I think she had him come over. So he was going to get his bike. While he was getting his bike, she probably said, "Go and buy me cigarettes." Because I think this happened yesterday. I wonder if he left. Did he leave her and went to his parents' house because of the no contact order? And she probably asked him to buy her cigarettes. That is this is coercive control. And this is why every police officer needs to be trained in these tactics. I'm glad the 911 operator at least knew. He came and got the thing I bought for him. Ma'am, that's a gift. Like, no. No, we're not doing that today.
So I don't know.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk to you first to make a report, okay?
Gotcha.
All right, I'm gonna get all this information in here, but consider it done to you. I need to, send it up to you, okay? All right, so when did this happen?
Yesterday.
So, it's your ex-boyfriend?
Yeah, I mean, technically he's my boyfriend, but yeah, at this point he's my ex.
All right, what's his name?
George, Jorge.
Last name?
Torres, Torres.
Okay, by chance, do you know how old he is?
He's 41. 21378.
Okay, if that's the case, what can I do? Are you guys my first minute?
I'm like,
So what color shirt pants are you wearing?
right now I'm wearing a blue shirt with white sweatpants. And there's a green pineapple on my door because it covers up the three.
Okay. Do you have any weapons on you or in your home?
No. I mean, I have a baseball bat, but that's just only when I'm here by myself or me and my little 8-year-old.
And you said the pineapple covering the three?
Yeah, the green pineapple covering up the three that says welcome. And I have a little bird flag out front.
Okay. All right, Sarah, we're going to the next available WD, okay?
No worries.
All right.
Thank you very much for your help.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Publishing audio file 911 call dash second.
911, what is the location of your emergency? I don't necessarily have an emergency. It's 4748 France Court.
4748, what's the street name?
I'm sorry, what?
4748 and the name of the street.
I do not think she's sober for this call. And she says, "I don't know if this is an emergency." So in Virginia, there's a non-emergency line where you can call directly to the sheriff's office for something that's not an emergency. So if I, um, like, if I needed a police escort to my car for some reason, I would call the non-emergency line. I wouldn't call 911 unless there was like there was an immediate emergency. I would call our local non-emergency line. But she's using 911. She probably does have it on speed dial. She probably does.
France Court.
And what's going on there?
It's no contact thing.
Okay.
He's over here again.
Okay, is it French?
Fucking penetrating.
Is it French court or French court?
FRANCD.
What's the appointment number?
3.
And what's going on there?
Too much.
Okay. What's going on?
Oh my, I don't know what my dog, she does. Hold on a second, please. I'm sorry, hold on. Come on. No, I gotta go on the plane.
WTF. Is is she talking to her? So, okay. I am, but the reason why, so when you tie up 911 for no good reason, you are keeping somebody else with a real emergency might not be able to get through. Like they are dealing with Sarah Boone's foolishness. Sorry if I'm yelling and I'm mad. What? Was it like she just what? Wh- What? This I'm so confused.
I'm sorry, hold on one second. I'm so sorry to take your time. So, get out. Oh, ma'am, what's your name? Sarah. Okay. Get out of here. You take my pantry.
Okay, I think I hear George in the background. I think he's at the house. I think I hear George in the background. And so I want to say some. I want to say some. She very much seems like a Karen. And I covered vulnerable narcissism this morning. So if you missed that clip, and if you want to go back and watch later, I added the timestamps just for Dr. Ramani's section. I think she feels like she always wants to speak to the manager. So she, oh my gosh. Oh, he's yelling her name. Oh my gosh.
Hello. Hello, ma'am. Do you need a deputy? No. Excuse me? I'm sorry, what you asking? Do you need a deputy? No, not necessarily. I'm trying to get my dog. I have a blind dog and a deaf dog. I'm trying to get them in. Okay, you're dialing 911. Yes. Okay, and you don't need a deputy? He's here again. Take it. That's mine in full voucher. Ooh, you're even in my pantry. And who's this person to you?
Sorry.
Oh, ma'am.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Yes, well,
Sorry.
the first office, you're gonna send somebody, so, I'm okay. Regardless. I know how it works. I'm okay. That's not yours. Hello? I'm still here. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Okay. Yeah, so. What do you want me to do? Put it back. Thanks, something. Okay, you're just somebody you're over, so, like, do what you gotta do. All right, have a good day.
Publishing the one video in this file that starts with file name Axon.
So, Jessica Martin, I am so sorry. I pressed the wrong button and there's no way for me to undo it. If you have another Google account, you can come back and I'm sorry. I pressed the wrong button. I was trying to highlight and I accidentally pressed the wrong button. That's my bad. That's on me. Oh. There we go. myself timeout.
What's up, bro? It is. So what happened? What's going on now? Did this just happen?
What? No.
I said earlier.
Oh, no, Ryan moved in, we dropped it.
So who called?
Wait a minute. Is this the TV? Is this the TV? She might try to explain it away as like, "Oh, I was the victim, blah blah blah." Like I wonder if that was the TV. She seems giddy that they are there. Like she sounds so pleased to see them. Oh. Wow. Oh yeah. So they had just this is 6/18/2019. Thank you for following the dates. Wow.
So what's happening?
They're asking you, not me.
Yeah, you speak to them. I'll speak to you, man. Come here. So I'm guessing you called for a reason, right?
24 hours.
Whoa. Whoa. That was strange.
So I'm guessing you called for a reason, right?
24 hours. Okay.
Don't arrest him. Please don't arrest him.
Yeah, but you realize he's here now, right? Have you been drinking?
I had a drink.
With Sarah Boone, if she said I have one drink, she might have had like or is it like that she had one mega pint, like I had a handle. She did not have a drink. She's a good 1.6 or 0.16 or this isn't one drink behavior.
It's raining.
I did drink. No, don't go door. Like, you know, I have my God.
Okay, well.
Yeah, after he's here. Yeah, you can stay right here. You can stay right here. He didn't know. You didn't have to.
Yo, I wonder how she feels watching this. I wish we had a camera on her. I'm gonna try to pull up on my phone because I think Surviving the Survivor might be there. I need to know what the jury's doing right now. This is strange.
We left earlier. We were starting your wish earlier. Yeah, we were starting your wish earlier, okay? But he's here. Okay. That's the only reason. Yeah, after this, you know. You can stay right here. You don't have to go. You don't have to go. You don't have to go. Oh, you can sit back. It's not raining. It's just sprinkling. It's okay.
Whatever you want.
What's that?
Hey, but I'm literally begging you, no.
Yeah, but you know he's gonna have to. Shit.
Last week, we got into I guess a physical or whatever, I don't know. I got taken out of here without no shirt, no shoes or whatever.
And then you went and saw the judge, right?
Yes.
And what did he say?
The judge was like,
Was it a female or male?
Female.
Female? Okay. What, you know what she said?
She was bad.
Yes. My head hurts. So you can find no. That's a dog. I know. No, this is a thin blue line. Stop.
I did not get it.
We're not doing it.
Did you get any form of paperwork? I got paperwork, but I didn't get.
What was that paperwork?
Paperwork was,
And what does it say?
No.
With who? With who?
With her, but she never said anything like that. It was just the judge that put it.
The judge is the one that matters, right?
Is it?
Is she? I believe so. She's above us.
Is she above her?
She's the judge. She's the law. Okay.
You guys don't want to put me in.
Is my other guy here? Okay. So here's the deal, man. Your paperwork says that you can have any contact whatsoever with her. Okay. And if you do, it's a new charge. Okay. So. Have you been? Has she been drinking today? Have you been drinking? Okay. How long have you been here since?
I'm gonna be honest. You guys came here. She called me.
We know. Because we went to your work of employment. And they told, and they told us that you just left. Yep. And we knew that she called you. We knew that. We knew she called.
Okay. So they knew that she called him over. I think there's a protective order right now. I'm not sure. Like, that's what I'm guessing.
She called me and said,
Yep. You're correct. Okay, so you know what's gonna happen, right?
yes.
Okay. Stand up, Brooklyn. You can take one last phone.
Please?
Yeah, one last, go ahead. Yeah, just put it out real quick. Alright, wait, one more.
Wait, no.
And then she's trying to act like she didn't set him up. Like, she sets him up and then tries to act like, oh, what are you doing? Please don't. No, ma'am. Oh my gosh. This is, gosh. Play.
Never make sure.
Relax. Okay. I want you to be off your head. I want you to know around that.
Right, you promised.
I don't think they promised you that.
I did it earlier.
Well, that was earlier. This is kind of that. Right?
I didn't call.
You didn't say you called.
Sarah told you.
But you did you call him earlier?
Sarah told you.
Because he just told us. And we know the store told us.
I told you.
Wait, I wonder if that's the 911 call where she said he's here again or something. I wonder if this was the 911 call where she wouldn't say if she wanted a deputy or anything. Because so when you call 911, they're going now. She didn't say for a deputy to come over, but she said he's here again and he's not supposed to be or something like that. She did call.
Wait, is there anything that he do?
You're good. You can stay right there.
No, is there anything that he's not?
No, man, you know he has no contact order on a judge. He can't be here.
Okay. That's sometimes.
Yeah, but
You need her for anything?
no, we don't. We have her information already. So here's what's gonna happen, bud. You're gonna take the ride back down, and because it's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're gonna see a judge tomorrow morning. We'll see her today. It might be the same judge that gave you no contact order. Okay? That's it.
from here on out, but until that case is resolved, you cannot come here, okay, or have contact with her, even if she invites you, okay? She called us earlier, and told us that you guys had a no contact order, okay? She don't want anything to charge nothing, but we told her because it's domestic, instead of what it has to, okay? So, all right, but just make sure you got nothing on them. Hey, you have anything on you, right, bud? We'll make that cordial as can be, okay? We promise, man, all right? What you say?
I love you, babe. Don't take it easy. You hear me? I love you. Call Papa Mom. Tell him that I'm. Sarah, call Papa Mom.
No.
It's alright, babe. Just give me your mom to your phone.
This is Sarah.
I don't know it. You don't know it. Tino, Sarah. What's the charge?
So the domestic battery charge that you got hit with last week or whatever it was, he was given a no contact order by the judge. Okay, whether she invites him or not, I don't. He knows he can't be here. So he was here this morning, and she called us this morning. Okay, he's now back, and he knows by the he can't get my time. No, he gets a phone call. He gets nothing. Yeah, he gets what he gets in. Well, if you have a piece of paper real quick, you can get it for me, and we'll give it to him.
You don't know your mother's phone. She had.
If you can get it real quick, we'll give it to him.
You're not getting mother's number.
Yeah, make sure that.
That individual looked different. I don't think it's the same person. I could be wrong. I did want to say that Joel, Surviving the Survivor, said that he spoke with James Owen, who tells me it's 100% false that he's receiving any rights to Sarah's story in lieu of payment. Multiple sources close to the state informed this was in fact the case. So yes, so there is no issue. So that's definitely he has no zero rights. So that was a whole thing that we covered, I think, on an earlier stream. All right, let's keep it going.
078.
I think they're showing his injuries.
Video starting with Axon.
I think the body cam takes 1 minute to start recording.
Oh, I have been here.
Yeah, I thought you looked familiar.
Because the last time I was here, you guys had a fight at the bar. And you
No.
were home at 5.
No, we
Or
haven't.
he came home.
The last time I was here, y'all got into a fight at a bar.
From the bar. Someone came home from the bar. Hey, who's that? Jorge George?
Yeah, what's up with Juan? Is she there? She's dead. Can you just get that? No problem.
What's going on, Ty?
You didn't think I'd call. You can go upstairs.
Okay, come on, George. Off couch.
No, they're not staying on there.
Okay. I know you think this is playtime.
No.
No, baby.
Sarah, are you serious?
Yeah, I don't want to be punched in the neck.
Are you kidding?
Told you I will not hesitate.
Things were escalating. This is August 29th of 2019. This is a pattern. This is definitely a pattern. Sounds like it. But I think
All right, go ahead. Because they're all about
so. I think she uses it to punish him and get back at him, and to show that she's better than him. Does that? It's not out of a "baby, don't leave me, I love you, I hate you" type of thing. It's more of a like, you looked at another girl, so I'm gonna call the police on you, despite her flirting with every officer that walks by. So that's where I see more narcissistic type traits, alcohol abuse, and possibly anxiety. I see more of that. I do think their relationship could get unsafe, but it sounds mutual to me. It really does. But I think the chaos lets her be superior. So she creates the chaos and then stands back, and she looks superior in it all. He's the one that gets arrested. She's the one that seems like the triumphant one, in my opinion. So that's why I feel that's the feeling I get from all of this.
Oh, it's nice not to be fitting your shoes from last time.
Ma'am, you want to get your ID from me?
I don't do that.
Do you have a wallet you want to bring with you or a cell phone? All right.
Sarah, are you serious? Sarah, are you kidding?
Punch me in the neck again.
Sarah, are you serious?
That sounded like a threat. Punch me in the neck again. That sounded like a threat. She doesn't sound afraid of him to me. She sounds annoyed and angry with him. She doesn't sound afraid. I have heard people tell their stories of DV, and the shame and the like, they make themselves small, and it's not this brazen, yeah. Like it's not this puffed up way that they tell their story. Like, ugh.
Am I allowed to do something George about?
Yeah, you can. I'll be right back with you.
George, we're going to go pop down here.
We're walking. We're walking.
You sure you don't want me to watch it?
You can, Mom. That'll work too.
She's the one that hit me, and I'm the one that gets like.
She's the one, I'm gonna go back. She's the one that hits me, and I'm the one that gets locked up.
She's the one that hit me, and I'm the one that gets locked up.
Well, let's just get down to the bottom of it, okay?
George, I want to talk to you. I want to ask some questions. I have your hands up, so I've got to read you something real quick, okay? Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used in a court as evidence against you. You are entitled to talk to an attorney now, have him present now, or at any time during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you without cost. Do you understand these rights as I've read them to you? Okay. At any point hereafter you wish to remain silent, have an attorney present, all questioning will stop? Do you understand that? So even if you want to talk to me at first and you change your mind, just let me know. Okay? Alright. Has anyone at any time threatened, coerced, or promised? Have I promised you anything? Have I bribed you? Have I said, hey, if you tell me, give me a statement? Has any of that happened? No. Okay. Do you understand these rights as I've read them to you? Alright.
He actually has tears. Anytime we've heard her crying, I've never seen tears. You actually see tears on his face right now.
So, what were you two fighting about tonight?
We weren't fighting at all.
Okay.
That's
What are you
he's
fighting?
fighting her.
I'm gonna take that in there for that. Huh? Okay. I'll take the statement and get the statement done.
Oh, with him?
Huh?
From him?
No, for her.
Oh, no.
That way you can fill this out while you're 10-12 with him.
Sarah.
I'll get her information from her.
Okay.
Okay, listen. So why is he so angry? What up? Okay, can you explain the bruises she has? Those don't come from nowhere.
Something y'all don't know about me. One of my personal triggers is beeping. So beeping sounds or like so I had to fast forward through that part. I don't do beeping. So we're good. Hold on, sorry. Okay. So I thought we were just watching her write. They are talking to him in the background. So we have to listen really close to hear what's happening in the background.
You did it all the time. How did you do something to her? So you know, you're going to defense, no. You just said it wasn't the fault. So, if you get hurt, you go to set up, you figure you can set it. That's huh? Sarah? No, you said that.
Digital 22, 20 million, no means and out your favor.
I hope they have better audio of this. I can't hear what's happening.
I'm not gonna change things. I know why. Because you got a call. The battery. And when I try to get the straight story, you don't want to give it to me. I'm sitting this strictly. You have to can. All right. I've tried. All right. And now that you're going in the back of the car, you want to give me a story. It doesn't work that way. I do nothing but.
But the officer's being aggressive with him. They don't talk to Sarah that way. I'm getting upset again. They don't talk to her this way. Why is he being so aggressive with him?
like she's trying to talk to you, trying to get straight answers, and you're beating around the bush.
I'm not.
Yes, ma'am. Do not start kicking and banging on things, okay?
Sarah, what's your phone number? What? What's your phone number? Sarah, what's your phone number? You said, hey, what?
320 out, this is verbal 711 and 10601 North 2 at Long Bar, complaint emergency business. Me now, pretty sure. Very nice CRB.
Put on me.
Fifth folder, OCSO 19-079759. First.
So I'm going to scroll through the pictures of his injuries. Her.
Publishing.
It's not technically an emergency, just, you guys have been there so many times before.
Why isn't she getting charges for calling 911 and it's not an emergency? I thought that was an offense. She should be getting, my own personal opinion, that should be illegal. She's abusing the 911 system, in my personal opinion.
I'm not there, but I'm just trying to go home. What is the address? 4748 France Court. What was the street name? France Court? France. F as in Frank, R-A-N-T-Z as in zebra. Oh, is it France? I don't know if it's there or not. I'm sorry? Ma'am, is it France Lane? I'm guessing so. It's France Court, right?
So their system doesn't have France Court.
So it's because they're just France Lane. Okay, what exactly is going on? I would like to go home, but I can't go home because he's there. Okay, do you have some sort of restraining order against him, or? He has a no contact. Is there an apartment number? 3. 1 second.
But did she say she's not sure if he's there? Is that what she said? I heard, I'm not sure if he's there. Or did she say he was there?
I'm at my former husband's house right now because I can't go home. I don't even know if he's there or not. He was there earlier, but I can't go home. Okay, so do you want us to do a standby?
So she's acting like they already know the story. Now she has called them. I'm counting at least 5 calls. Like she's called them multiple times. So, but the 911 operators, they don't have they don't know that it's her.
With you? What do you mean? Like escort you to the residence, or I'm not understanding what you would like. If I could, please, can you guys go over there and just see if he's there? Pretty sure he locked me out earlier, so I think he's probably there still. I'm not going over there with him then. I'm not. Okay, does he live there? No. Okay, so how is he inside the residence then? He has a key that he took. Okay, so is he breaking into the apartment? He's not breaking, he's already in the apartment.
I thought she didn't know if he was there or not.
As far as I know, I don't know, like, if he's there or not. He knows where I hide my key.
Where I hide my key, the captions got that wrong.
Okay, what we can do is we can meet you a block away from the residence and go with you to the residence. I don't know. I tried calling him to ask him to leave if he's not already. So I have my 8-year-old that I'm trying to watch out for, so right now. So I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing.
She only brings up her son when it's convenient. Because was it her time? Like, was she taking him home with her? Like, she brings him up.
I just want to go home.
Okay, if you want to go home and you're not sure if he's there or not, we can meet you when you're about 5 minutes to a block away and go with you to make sure he's not there.
Okay, well, okay. I'm about to be honest with you, kicked out of my apartment because you guys get called so often, and like the brigade comes and this, that, and everything, and like the neighbors complaining about everything. I'm trying to avoid that. I just want to go home.
Okay, regardless, the deputies are going to go to the apartment, whether it's with you, what I'm suggesting you do, or it's what you want to do. Just have them go to the apartment. So regardless, people are going to see that there's deputies going to that address.
Okay, so when I called you guys like a couple of days ago, and they didn't make like, not a ruckus, but like they made it like incognito, which is what I need, because I'm going to get kicked out of my place.
Whoa. Whoa. She wants them to just show up. And I think that was an act. That, oh my gosh, why are you guys here? That was an act. That was 100% an act. I want y'all to go incognito.
Okay, when we do a standby, ma'am, all we're going to do is accompany you to the address, and the deputy can make sure that he is not there, and then they will leave. If that's all that's going on in this situation right now that you're calling for, it's not going to be like a big deal.
And what happens when he is there?
If he is there and you don't want him there, you can have him trespass. They're going to make sure he can leave. I mean, if he does not live there, like you're saying, and he should not be in there, you can trespass him. You already have a no contact order with him. They will remove him.
Okay, well, there was an altercation earlier, and I'll be honest with you, there was an altercation earlier. So that's when he came in, the altercation happened. So that's when I left. I fled, barefoot. Now I'm at my former husband's house.
Okay, would you like the officers to meet you where you're at right now? And
I don't want to get arrested. I don't, because I fought for myself, and I have my 8-year-old, and I just want to go home and sleep in my own bed right now. But I did fight back. I'm not gonna lie. So.
okay, well, I mean, if you're wanting us to meet with you or go to your house, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. If they're either going to arrest anyone, arrest you, arrest him. That's all up to the deputy and what he concludes from the situation that's going on. So it's right now it's just up to what you want to do right now. If you want to do a standby, we'll accompany you to the residence. I mean,
yeah,
it's really just what you want to do.
I know.
I wonder if she did something. Like, during a reported altercation, does he have marks too?
I have to see my son tomorrow.
Or what I could do is I can have the deputy call you about the matter. If you want to speak to a deputy directly, and if you want to do that first before having us respond out there.
Yes, please.
Okay. What's your name?
That's talking to the manager. Yep, she'll take that.
And is it
Ma'am.
okay? Then directly, restrict.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, and I've got the phone right here on my lap.
Okay, perfect. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Publishing
She
the
doesn't sound scared. She sounds annoyed to me.
one video in the folder, starting with 1924, from 0 minutes to 20 minutes, and 41:30 to the end.
call, just let us know.
Oh, I wonder if this is the one where he was hiding in the shower or something.
For a second. Locked. That's all. You're the best, Lock.
Anyway, you want to call your ex-husband? You got a phone?
There's a charger, that's.
It's not in the house. That's not to say it's not in there, just because the doors are locked.
I don't understand. You think he's inside?
Yes.
Okay, well, we need a key so we can get inside, so he's inside. That's what
And if your phone's gonna die, there's a charger in back, on the back side of the porch.
Oh, yeah. House is not coming. Hey, if he's in the house, he's not coming to the door, but you have my spare key. I can't get in. If there's no other way of getting in my house. Unfortunately, can you please bring me my spare key? Yes, please. The front door and back door. I have no way of getting in.
Where's he live at now?
I'm sorry?
You said that's your ex?
Last night, I don't see it. He'll be here in like 2 minutes.
Perfect, thank you so much. He was arrested last week for bad behavior. Before, is this part of your, or that, so these two are the record?
But I lost them.
See a little bit of movement on the drive.
If you got on my dog, I had to find dog and then dog.
Oh, okay.
So I have a feeling it's probably text. Especially the back door.
I'm fast forwarding.
There's no weapon. There's no weapon.
Ask for minute. Ask for minute.
That's the biggest.
Reference building, sir. I know. County 120, 124, Charlie.
Thanks, sir.
Can we get minimum traffic for a building, sir?
Anything? Just let you one thing, okay?
And so the sheriff's office, for something like this, they are going to go in guns ready because in DV situations, they can be at a higher risk. And to me, she's placing him in harm's way for oh.
You in there, come on out. I got a dog.
George! That's when you get that steroids. Let us know, because we're coming up anyway.
Open door right there. I have to do that. That one for me? I got it. That one?
Boy! Show your hand. Come on, hands up. George, step out with your hands up.
Put your hands behind your head.
Okay, turn around, face away from me. Turn around. Walk back to me. Walk back, walk back. Just need to think right now. Why did you tell us? Interrupted. Huh? I don't think you hear is the reason you're sitting in the bathroom. That's what.
And 1.5.
Go back normal.
Hey guys, can I?
Before you go, we're not doing anything right now. All right, we're not taking out room. I'm gonna sit down in the bed right here.
Okay.
All right. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What happened today? You got a light here?
Yeah.
You just gotta pull the thing?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't even know what the heck happened.
There's a reason you're hiding the bathroom, so don't act like we're not here for no reason.
No, I know that.
Okay, so
I'm hiding in the bathroom because we had a discussion and as usual, and I am in the wrong.
Oh.
Okay. What?
I am with what is it called? It's called
No contact for it.
no. But we
How long have you been here? How many days since you got released? When did you get released? Because you were arrested last week, right?
Yeah.
All right, when did you get out?
Let's say 3 days ago or something like
It was
that.
on the weekend?
Yeah.
Today's Wednesday, or was it Monday? Or was it this weekend or was it Monday?
The weekend.
Okay. After that, did you guys talk, come back here, and yeah, this weekend? And everything was fine between you two? So tonight, what happened tonight?
I don't know what happened tonight.
George? So your cops stand in front of you, you're hiding in the bathroom.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. That's not for no reason. Right?
Wifey is nuts, and she always freaking
Wifey is nuts.
starts stuff, and she.
So that's what I'm asking, I'm telling you what happened.
She puts it on me
Okay. She puts it on you.
all the time.
Well, none of that gives me any insight as to what happened tonight.
Nothing.
You both are very big. She's very big, you're very big. And you're more than big.
What is she being big about?
I can't discuss what she's discussing until you discuss to me, right?
We just want to hear your side of things, but
Everybody wants to hear my side.
Yeah.
All the time.
George, I didn't know you. Okay. Because this isn't the first incident between you two.
No, I know
She's
that.
been arrested as well, hasn't she?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me what happened. You all drinking?
Yes.
Both of you?
Yes.
Okay. I can smell alcohol on her, so I know I already knew that, obviously. But,
We've been going through a lot. Right now, I work at Ace right here, across the street. And we're going through a lot, and they're about to shut down and whatnot.
the Ace?
Yes.
Okay. Just tell her not to come back.
Can I please have some water?
just wait. You can't drink that from right now?
All right. So we're going to end with Sarah making a request. Sarah asks for water. I am at a loss for words. Go back. If you didn't see my last video on where I played that segment from Dr. Ramani on covert narcissism, please check that out. I'm sure that Emily D. Baker is covering this. I'm guessing Recovery Addict. There are a lot of other phenomenal people that are streaming. If you want to catch the live stream, I don't love Law and Crime. I don't love their chat all the time. So I normally close out their chat when I watch there, but sometimes I am bad. I don't know. Sometimes I look and it's always hideous. Justice for George. Justice for George. I feel better right now than I did last night after Dr. Harper. I think the jury is going to see who was the battered spouse, who was the one who was in control, who was the one using the police, their every whim. And there's a reason the defense did not play these. the defense knew these existed and they did not play them. And so, justice for George. I gotta go.